There have been 3 mods that define the Friday Night Funkin' modding scene. Versus Witty started a competition for who could make the most difficult song from Raw charting. Versus Tricky shifted the focus towards story, art, and gameplay mechanics. Hurt nodes abound. The current era of Sonic.Exe is a mix of the two, putting emphasis on polish while also trying to make the most difficult song. This also led to an abundance of Sonic.Exe mods, but I am not going to explain why that happened. I don't have the answers for that. I am here to break down the mod that started this. Sonic.Exe Round 2. This mod is a collection of creepy and dark concepts based around Sonic, so I will be using these categories to rate each song individually. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. In the earlier versions, the only song of the main week was Too Slow. In the burning grasslands with the remains of Sonic's victims, you start singing a slow melody with him. The art of his poses reflects the kind of monster he is. As you near the halfway point, the fun truly begins. Static notes will occasionally appear, where missing one quickly flashes static on the screen. Sonic actually speaks for a small portion, and he even does a jump scare. The chart has a good flow, even with its note spam, but once the drowning motive starts, the chart doesn't have the same feel as the vocals. Overall, the song does a great job at setting the mood. With each version, the background art got updated. Sonic's poses got improved in Round 2, including an animation for when he speaks. The chart got altered, fixing errors while giving it a better feel and more difficulty. Missing a note takes much less health away compared to Round 1. Missing a static note and gaining health stayed the same. The static notes now appear after the tempo increase instead of before it. This is worse for introducing it to the player. The overall changes are good, but the static note change and a slight chart adjustment keep it from excellent. In order to advance in the week, you must be Too Slow on hard. Round 1 had a prize. You Can't Run is a more intense song with a more expressive Sonic. There are no animations for them, but Sonic has a few voice lines in the song. Parts of the instrumental feature classic Sonic sound effects, but these do not mesh with the guitar-heavy music. The chart has an excellent flow, but there are now phantom notes alongside the static. Hitting a phantom note will cause you to lose health over a short period of time. The more that you hit, the stronger its effect becomes. These notes are hard to see and you can die from them, which could quickly make it a bothersome hurt note. During the motive to Green Hill Zone, the art and music change to fit the motive. This form of Sonic doesn't mesh with classic Sonic, and the music interrupts the mood. What makes it worse is that this shift is not in the earlier unused version of this song. I feel that this song is the best from the week, but it does have its faults. Triple Trouble is an 8.5-minute song where Sonic assumes a new form known as Xenophanes and resurrects his victims to have them sing against you. Xenophanes' art is well made, and the art and voices of the victims are good for what they are. The instrumental is made from the Sega Genesis sound font, just like Too Slow, but it has little variance. Again, classic Sonic sound effects are in the music, but they don't add much to the song overall and are less unique because other songs have done it. The chart is alright, static, phantoms, and charting errors aside, but the center track is a problem. Rings will appear on this track, but they do not have to be hit. If you do hit it, you will collect it. If you miss a note while having a ring, you will lose the ring instead of losing health. I feel that it does more harm than help because the center track is a visual distraction whether or not you utilize it. This song did too much. Let me also note that checkpoints were intended to be part of this song, but the mod creators could not get it to work. Let that sink in for a moment. When you beat the main week, you will see a series of codes and gain access to the sound test. Inputting a code in the sound test will give you access to additional content, with the first set of codes being free play songs. Round 1 only had 2 free play songs. Endless is the realm of Majin, whose voice is based on the sound font. His signature line is "Fun is infinite," which explains why his song is dance music. Again, the Sonic sound effects are present, but this and the sound font were the purpose of this song's music. It also has a unique game over. There is now a timer, and if it runs out, With a great chart, this song did its job perfectly. In round 2, the art makes Majin look more like its classic depiction, but the instrumental no longer uses the sound font, removing part of the song's purpose. The sound effects are still here, with less purpose, and are used more than in round 1. I prefer the sound of round 2, but it has weakened its purpose. Execution has Lord X, who is oddly desaturated. The background is strange and unsettling, and the music supports this while being upbeat, fitting with Lord X's expressions. His voice is actually made from Tricky's voice. The song has a great chart, but overall the song could be improved. Cycles is a reimagining of Execution. Lord X's color is much better, the expressions better show his playful and creepy nature, he has his own voice that creates the same feeling his old voice did, and the background is more alive. He even says things when you die. The song went from good to fantastic.
Ready, set, go!
Sunshine is based off Tails' doll, a unique character from Sonic R, which this song's art is based off. The doll is emotionless, but its voice sounds like cries. The music creates an unnerving feeling and a dark intensity. The lights turn off as it sings a motif to Can You Feel the Sunshine, the song associated with Tails' doll. The song is fun, but the chart has multiple errors. Chaos features Fleetway Supersonic, a depiction of Supersonic from Sonic the Comic. Fleetway's psychotic behavior and god complex are shown through his constant trash talk, each of which has their own unique animation. Fleetway gets frustrated as Boyfriend sings back, especially when he goes super himself. The music depicts the situation as a fight, and while it does use the sound font, it stands out when compared to the others. The vocals and chart have a great flow as well. Right. There is a random dodge mechanic in this song, and it only occurs once. Despite this, I don't think this hurts the song. The death animation is the same, and Fleetway will say one of 11 different lines. The only thing keeping it from a perfect score is a single charting error. Faker uses an original character named EXE. Its voice makes it feel like Sonic, but the art tells that it isn't the same. The vocals feel harmonic, but the music has a darker feeling. This is another use of the sound font, making it sound similar to the others that used it. Without reusing the sound font, this song would have been impeccable. With the ending of Faker revealing the disguise, Black Sun shows the monster within. The environment is ruined, EXE's voice sounds like static, and its towering and menacing figure is depicted well in its poses. Just like Chaos, the song stands out despite using the sound font. It has a good rhythm and creates an intense battle with a dark entity. The health system works differently in this song. You start at full health, and it constantly depletes over time. You can't stop it, but your performance in the song determines how quickly your health drains. The more you miss, the faster it goes, and vice versa. This strict condition makes the song more difficult than its charting would suggest, which is quite unique. This also uses the same game over gimmick, but it has a flair to make it special. Overall, the song is well made. The game doesn't give you codes for the last two songs, so you have to figure it out on your own. 2 Fest is found in the sound test and features Sonic.Exe. The art is poor because that is his art, and the background is meant to be nonsensical. The music is based off his MLG origins, and his voice fits the music while sounding like a derivative of Sonic. The chart is alright, but it is hard to play because the scroll speed is so fast. That's the joke. It fulfills its purpose, but because it is hard to play for a dumb reason, I can't say it is perfect. Milk is found by pressing up, down, left, right before pressing enter on the title screen. This is a joke song based off Sunky, a comedic knockoff of Sonic.Exe. Again, the art is intentionally poor. The song is full of motifs to humorous audio, and his voice is SpongeBob, just like his game. After a short intro, the music repeats the same beat for the rest of the song, giving it no depth. This first appeared in the Round 1 update, and its chart there was mediocre. The note spam repeats repeated the same patterns and the chart had multiple errors. Round 2 improved the charting, but its use of note spam could be better. One final thing to mention is that you cannot turn bot play on. Bot play means that the game plays the song for you. Some treat bot play as cheating, so they try to find ways to remove it. The only thing this does is make the mod less accessible. That is it for the mod. Here are my overall scores for it. Most Sonic.Exe mods follow in the footsteps of Round 2 down to the specific strengths and weaknesses. There are certainly things that are worth taking inspiration from, but when you take more than that, and everyone starts doing it, the scene becomes filled with repetition of what went wrong. This could even be applied to the cancelled Round 3 that I will not be discussing. Most of its new content was original characters. What made the original special was how recognizable the figures were. Round 2 was special, and people ruined that. Feel free to share your thoughts on the mod in the comments below. Until next time.